quite the conundrum. So about 10 years ago, before my freshman year of college, me and my boy are at the baseball field practicing, and we're both catchers. So we're squatted down, like, for a lot of, like, good part of an hour. And all of a sudden, I got to take a shit. And all the bathrooms are locked. There's nowhere to go. And I find a broken ball bucket. And I'm like, no one's going to use this. Coach won't mind. You know, I'm going to toss this as soon as I'm done with it. And I proceed to take literally the biggest shit of my life in this ball bucket. And I'm saying, like, double tapered, just one poop, no wipe.
Just one big log?
Wow.
Yeah, it was a log. Like, you know the things that you, like, put under a door to keep the heat in?
Yeah.
It was legitimately, like, that big. If I said a scarf, that'd just be an exaggeration. But it was fucking gnarly.
Congrats.
And so, thank you. I appreciate it. And basically, you know, take the dump. It's hilarious. I take a Snapchat, send it to a bunch of my boys on the team, and then proceed to chuck the bucket into the forest. You know, good, like, I'd say 15 yards into the forest. And I'm like, yeah, I'm done. That's that. 2 years later, you know, I go to one of my high school baseball games just to catch up with folks. And the coach is like, I heard what you did to that bucket. And I'm like, whoa, like, coach, like, I'm sorry, I don't know how you found that even, like, whatever. And didn't think much of it. And then this past Thanksgiving Eve, I see a bunch of my old teammates, and they're like, yo, why weren't you at the alumni lunch? You know, like, we missed you 2 years ago at, you know, this alumni event. And I'm like, I didn't even know about it. Turns out I'm banned from all alumni events because I pooped in this bucket.
Wow.
And so you think, oh, this is kind of like an innocuous thing. New evidence comes to light that two guys on the team 2 years younger than me that I sent the Snapchat to went into the woods, recovered the bucket, put it back in our baseball shed, and let it just stew there for the whole summer.
Wow.
It was a hit job.
Wow.
Yes. And so basically the coach thinks I'm, like, disrespecting him in the program, and, like, I did it all on purpose. And I didn't know about this until literally 10 years later.
Wow.
Have you?
So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
No, keep going. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, so, like, now I'm in this weird position of, like, do I text my coach and be like, yo, like, yeah, I pooped in the bucket, but, you know, I didn't mean anything, any disrespect to you or anything like that. And then I also don't want to, like, rat out my two boys who did this, which is kind of funny.
Very.
But, like, yeah. I just don't know how to do it. And if I do reach out to him, do I just look like a weird idiot? You know, being like, I'm 28 now. Kind of like an odd thing to reach out to your coach, old high school coach, out of the blue about.
No, it's not.
It's not?
It's not weird. It's the right thing to do.
But, yeah, but at the same time, too, he was, like, super, I would say, like, verbally abusive to guys on the team, including myself. I didn't bear the brunt of it, thank God. But it's like, I'm also kind of like, yo, like, if you take it as disrespect, like, is that, like,
no, but I don't
create
think
some sort of balance?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think that's what we're adjudicating right now, though. I think this is about the shit in the bucket in the locker room. And it's not about his sins, it's about your sin, which was awesome. But I think you got to text him, tell him the exact truth, and make it right. Without naming names.
I appreciate that, dog. Yeah, because I want to protect the boys, you know, like, they were just trying to do some, like, hijinks or something. I don't know.
And they did.
I mean, I think you could even, if you really want to protect them, this might be a risk, but you could just own up. You could put all the blame on yourself. Just be like, truly, I'm sorry. I was a young kid. It was a pretty epic dump, and I thought it'd be hilarious, and I just hope we can move past this because I do miss the squad.
Mm-hmm. No, you don't think you can just tell, like, hey, I shit in the bucket, and then some of the guys thought it'd be funny to bring it back in the locker room. I don't know who did it. No one does, but someone brought it back in because he didn't do the. I don't feel like he needs to, like, say
to own up to
something he didn't do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the whole truth, and I think he'd appreciate it at this point. I do.
No, I like that move though too, because just like make it pretty vague, like as in people thought it'd be funny, wasn't meant to be taken like this.
Yeah, and then if the coach is like, hey, I don't think he'll do this, but if he's like, who are the other guys? If he's that obsessed with finding out the origins of it, I think then you let it go, because then he's made it too personal.
Yeah.
How abusive was he verbally? Curious on that.
Like, yeah. So I remember one time we were doing like infield, outfield, and there was this one left fielder on the team who's, Frank, he was kind of a renob, but like, he was like, yo, like, move over to the left. He was out in left field. And the guy like takes a few steps over. He goes, no, further left. And literally orders this kid to go so far left that he's into the woods where I threw the bucket. Like basically telling him like, yo, you don't even deserve to be on the field. So you do like this weird, like psychological manipulation shit with people.
Yeah, he sounds like a psycho. I mean, I would try, apologize, see if that works. If not, I would just let it go. And eventually he'll either stop working there or die. So, then you can reconnect maybe.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Was that the meanest thing he did?
No, one time he. We were playing a game, and there's this like jokester on our team, and he made it was like a close game or something, like early on in the game, and the coach was like, you can't sit on the bench, like you need to stand. And then the kid eventually like sat down on a bucket, and then the coach kicked the bucket out from under him, and it was like, you stay on the ground, that's where you belong.
Wow.
Whoa. So is part of you is part of you happy that the shit ended up in his face?
Honestly, totally.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, because I mean, like, one, you got to think, like, I took that shit at the beginning of the summer. So, like, if they put that back in there, like, within a week, that's like a good 2 to 3 months of baking time.
Yeah.
And duty dry does not age well.
Yeah. It's like,
So really, you don't want to apologize. You just want to keep reminding him.
it's like when Robin Williams found the Jumanji thing outside the construction site and brought it home.
Honestly, yeah. Like, but I want to see all my boys, like the alumni events, and that's kind of like the pressure as to why I even want to bother with this whole.
Well, you guys can just go get beers after the alumni thing, and you guys can just laugh about your fat turd that baked and then got shoved in his dome.
You have an opportunity to do one of the funniest things ever. Is at the next alumni game.
Yep.
You got to run this back.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You got to fully make amends and then do it again.
Then get some Taco Bell.
I think you guys should wait for the coach to go to the bathroom, break the flusher on the bathroom, scoop out the coach's own turds, bake those, and then confront him with his own shit. Because those are like his sins that have just been baking in all of your psyches. And then say, hey, coach, this time it's yours.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, because I feel like if it were to happen again, he'd try to do like some weird-ass DNA test or something.
It's like, it's like that scene in The Rookie when they all walk out and they say, it's your turn, coach. It's your turn, coach. You guys are just doing that with his own poop.
And to put a cherry on top, you can upper deck his toilet.
Yeah.
Ooh.
When you think
Yeah,
about
I heard
him...
he takes nasty shits. So go ahead.
when you think about him seeing your shit, what do you feel?
I think there's like a twinkle in my eye, you know, like I'm like I do get a smile. Yeah.
Aroused at all, or just like happy?
Maybe half chub, but
Yeah.
like, I'm good.
I think that'd fire me up a little bit.
Yeah.
I really respect you, man.
So, no, but I appreciate the advice because I do like the kind of like twist on this of just like doing it again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because we will definitely have like an anniversary game or something like that.
Maybe you guys all shit into a bucket. You join forces. You say,
Oh.
And then like maybe when the coach does die, after the funeral and the procession and all the tears and all the flowers and all the goodbyes, you walk up to his tombstone.
dig him up. Drop that bucket right in there with him.
Dude.
Let it ferment all summer long.
A little flower, a little tree grows.
Wow.
That's you.
With a little note that
Wow.
says sorry.
You marry your wife under that
Fertilizer.
cherry tree.
His matter and your matter are forever entwined.
I love that.
Yeah, dude.
That was a beautiful way to end, man. Thank you, dude.
Thank you, man.
Thank you,
Thank you for that
DK.
gift.
Thank you, boys. I really appreciate all the positivity y'all spread. And love the Almost Friday pod.
Thank
guys
you.
are
Thanks, dude.
all absolute rock stars.
Dude.
So are you, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the greatest
you're a
story I've ever
legend.
heard.
Yeah. Go eat some gabagool and NJ.